maybe just reach out to them, offer them like $5 per design, I don't know, like whatever you can afford, and just tell them about your vision and your passion and see if they want to help you. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of
A Millennial Mess.
It should be episode 39.
39. Wow, one more to 40. Yeah.
Yeah, turning your side hustles into a real business can be quite a pain. So here are some tips on how you can get it started. And also remember to follow us on our social media channels below.
Yeah.
Hi
everybody.
Welcome to another episode of A Millennial
Millennial
Mess.
Mess.
Today's topic is very, very interesting, okay? But before that, I am actually holding a condenser mic. I am holding it. There is no stand today.
It's
which
okay.
is good and bad, I guess.
It's okay. Everybody do that on TikTok.
Yeah. So it's just because I didn't bring my stand, but we still want to bring content to you that is awesome every week. Okay, so continue to support us and listen to this episode, because this episode is all about turning your side hustles into a profitable business. But before that, I am Deniece,
And I'm Jade.
and together we're hosts of this podcast, A Millennial Mess. Yeah.
Okay, so what is side hustle?
Yeah, what is a side hustle? I guess a side hustle is anything that
That
you
is
do on the
not-
side that is not your main.
So if you have a full-time job
Yeah.
that you go to the office 9 to 5, for example lah, then you on the weekend you drive Grab, for example. Is that
correct.
considered a side hustle?
Yeah, I guess anything on the side that you do that is maybe making a little bit of money or sometimes even losing money. I think so. I think hustling is just like working very hard, right? So as long as it's work and it's not your main that feeds you. But I
Yes.
think more and more millennials these days are thinking of turning their side hustles into a business. And I feel like a lot of people, they have this thought when they reach 30 years old. Like when they hit 30, right, that's the moment where they probably have worked in a corporate job from 5 to 10 years, and then they ask themselves like, okay, what's next? Am I going to continue doing this for the rest of my
next
life?
10, 20 years.
Yeah, or
So
the rest of,
Do you have friends that do that? Like,
Do
or
I
did
have
that?
friends? I don't have many friends who turn it into a business. I think in Singapore it's very challenging.
Okay.
I think maybe in America or overseas, maybe it's easier. But don't quote me on that. Maybe I might be wrong also. But I feel like
Share with us.
when you become when you get married and you settle down, you have kids, that is like almost like the wrong time. If there's a right
to
time,
start a business.
yes, correct. That's almost the wrong time, because you need to pump in money to start any business. It's not going to like just happen to you. Like money is not just gonna
Not
come
gonna fall
in.
from the sky.
Yeah, because you have
Yeah.
to develop a brand and there's so many things that goes into it, right?
It takes time.
Yeah, but I have a lot of friends who probably considered. I have a friend right now who is trying to do a jewelry business.
Oh.
Yeah, so trying to make her own jewelry.
So design and sell and make.
correct.
Oh, wow. So
Um,
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I have another friend who is the owner of, who started Amado Gudek, right, and Elfie Demel. So these two brands are her brands, but
Wow.
she is already an entrepreneur from the start, because she graduated from design school and then she went to this. But then people who have had full-time jobs who are going to do side hustles, like really challenging, I feel lah. What about you?
I think most of them will just do like seasonal. I think some people they bake like for Chinese New Year or like Christmas or something. So it's seasonal.
Yeah.
Like they will just bake lor, and then they sell for that period of time.
Yeah.
But they don't like run the business throughout the whole year or have a shop or something like that. And then I'm just thinking back of my friends who, do they actually have side hustles? I think either that or most of them just go straight into the business lah. I think. Like I don't have any
have
friends.
a friend that does the soap business. Making
yeah,
soap.
actually yes. That one I think is considered a side hustle. But for her, right, I think she was doing it more like it's a hobby.
Okay.
She didn't actually think of selling
Okay.
at the start.
Okay.
Yeah, she was making. Then because she had to move to another country, then that's when she thought like, okay, maybe she should just sell to clear, because she has too many.
Oh, okay. Sell to clear, not sell to make to make money.
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so that one. Yeah.
So she was making soap for a long time.
Actually, I think not really also. Maybe only the past few months, like she found a interest and hobby
Yeah.
in the soap making, and she actually said that it's a very niche market that like on TikTok, Instagram, right, there will be a lot of people following and they are into the handmade soaps.
Okay.
So actually it's a business. I keep telling her, oh, are you going to sell it? Are you going to like make it in the business? Then she said no. She just wanted to do it as a hobby first.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I mean now she moved over to another country. I'm not sure whether she's continuing it. I think she's trying to settle down and everything. I'll follow up with her and ask her lah.
Okay, so side hustles.
Yeah.
So we are at Gloria Jeans today. Speaking of side hustles, we're at Marina Square Gloria Jeans. You can't see the logo because you can't see the logo because of course you need to apply permit. You need to apply permit and everything, right? So we can't really like show their branding. But we are at Gloria Jeans. It's actually a place that we frequent nowadays because we started to get to know the boss here. His name is Jeremy.
Which is very friendly and very nice.
Very friendly dude. Yeah. So come to Gloria Jeans, Marina Square. They also sponsor us 2 coffees today. Yay.
Yes, thank you for that. And their wraps and pies are very good. Yes.
So about their
you taking a picture of us.
That was Jeremy. So I wanted to share a little bit about his story. So I think he came from a tech background. Again, don't quote me word for word. This is like just our conversation. Okay, I think he came from a tech background and he felt like coffee was also one of his passion.
Nice.
So he moved into the coffee business and he happened to also know, I guess, people in the business. So when he started this, he really put a lot of his passion and his heart and soul and money into this to buy the franchise. Buy the franchise. Right? He's the franchisee. So to buy the franchise and to start, because he was thinking whether to start his own brand or to piggyback a brand, right? Piggyback off a brand.
Piggyback, which is like franchise lah.
Yeah, to piggyback a brand that is already established. So why not do that? Of course, it's more money, but you know, his logic to me was, if you want to learn the trade, then that's where you would pay a franchisor and you would get a franchise to learn the business. Because if you are new to the business, you need someone to guide you. You need to know like the ops, how it goes, and you know, like menu, or maybe the whole season, how is the whole calendar year like, when to push marketing, promotions, all this. If you try to figure out yourself, right, you're going against like Starbucks and like Coffee Bean. It's very difficult, right?
Because without the guidance or like the
resource.
Yeah, the resource and the set. So not say rules, but I don't know how to say it, like the preset things that you can already follow. Yeah. Right? Then you will like trial and error, then maybe the chances of you failing will be quite high lah. Correct?
Yeah, correct. So maybe if you have a lot of money to spend, if you have millions and millions of dollars, then just try lah. Yeah, I also know this other. So she opened this shop in Jewel.
Oh.
Within 1 year it closed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 1 year.
Okay.
Yeah.
To begin with, Jewel, the rental should be quite high, right?
I'm sure it's very high lah. It's crazy.
Do you think it's comparable to like Orchard?
Maybe.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The rental is a good point. So when she, and I didn't know about this until a mutual friend who follows her Instagram. Yeah.
So means like, okay, so the context is that, okay, this influencer friend of yours, like on Instagram.
I was friends with her in secondary school.
Oh, you were friends with her from secondary school?
In secondary school, yeah. And then now
Then after that, you heard that, she opened a shop in Jewel. Then 1 year later, closed down. And you heard from another friend lah.
Yeah. It really closed lah. As in that's fact. That's a fact.
1 year?
Yeah, about 1 year plus. I'm sure because rental and...
Is it during COVID or before?
I think before.
Before COVID,
okay. Before. Yeah, but
so
it's
that
probably
was actually
because of like conflict, I think. Management, partnership,
or
conflict.
management, like within her company.
Probably, yeah.
So that one was actually her side hustle that she went into.
Yeah, because she's already doing very well in her own sector. And like top. She's like top like there. So I think she was trying to like leverage on that to start something.
Like because maybe she's earning enough, then she wants to like expand and like kind of
have her own thing going, maybe as a hobby or a passion. So it's like a side hustle. So you see, so many millennials. Yeah, but so many millennials are trying to start their own business.
Yeah, actually, it's true. Yes,
and to us as well, right? When I quit my job, I was thinking to start my own business or to be an employee or to be an employer. Yeah, to be a boss or an employee.
Yeah. So
for Jade, it's a new experience for you, right?
Yeah lah. I was.
How do you feel?
Actually, if you think about it, I was from a freelancer to employee to freelancer. Then when you're a freelancer, technically you manage your own time, your own. Yeah. Whoever you want to work for or how much you want to work, right? Yeah. So maybe that concept is similar to like being your own boss, but at the same time very different because freelancer you still work for other people.
Yes, you have
Like-
a few companies that you work for. At least
you
one
work,
or two,
you
right?
still work. So you kind of still work under them.
Yeah.
So you still have like they are my boss, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay lah, maybe they are your clients. It's the same
But
thing.
you don't have to bring in the sales.
Yeah.
And you don't have to make ends meet. And you don't have to pay people.
Yeah, you
I
just
think
make
there's
sure
a
that you do your job well lah.
different stress.
And get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course, as a boss and you're the one handling the business, then everything will count lah.
Yeah.
Everything.
So how do you feel now? Like, should we tell our listeners if they don't know what our
What
hustle
our-
is?
No lah, actually AMM is our side hustle, isn't
Yeah,
it?
okay. AMM is our side hustle. We have so many side hustles, you cannot keep track really.
I think so lah. Like if you
That's
think
true.
about it,
Yes,
correct or
our
not?
podcast is our side hustle.
Yeah, podcast is our side hustle, which actually we started first.
Yes, correct. So while we were working quite almost full time,
Yeah, correct.
we actually started AMM. So this is our side hustle, which has
Yes.
not turned into a profitable business yet.
No,
But-
if you all think that we are earning from this, nothing.
No, we're not.
eh.
Yeah, unless we
Yeah.
share our content more.
We are just blessed to have people to come on our show, collaborate with us, and also we had mic sponsors and everything.
Yes,
lah. Yeah.
correct.
So if you want to sponsor us, please contact us.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I think like for me at least I see both as a side hustle. Like Emerge is our school now. We have a school. Yeah, we can go
Yes.
public with the name.
Emerge Arts and Media Academy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and we arts. There's two departments basically. Why is the name so long? Arts is for the music, dance, drama side, and media because we also train our kids how to use the camera, how to film, how to be hosts in front of the camera, and we also of course we have our podcast family and we have our content generation family in Bloomer and TikTok. So
Yes.
we decided to also start a media arm to kind of get content going. Okay, so it's Emerge Arts and Media Academy. So I feel like that currently is also our side hustle because like we're really pumping a lot of money into it to try to see the baby grow.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
I say I don't even feel like it's a side. It's a main hustle
Yeah,
for me.
yeah, main hustle and side hustle. So we are hustling and being an entrepreneur.
Hustle.
So I think like Emerge is more towards the path of trying to make the side hustle a profitable one, and AMM is just a side hustle that we are gonna try to keep it going for as long as we can.
Yes.
So at this point, I think this was a topic that I wanted to explore earlier on in the first few months when we first started AMM, but it didn't feel like we were doing anything in line with this topic. So now that we have actually got the grooves in to emerge and it started rolling and money is coming in, we are beginning to see this more and more as a profitable business. And I think it's really interesting because I guess few months ago, like 3 months ago, I wouldn't have thought that this was possible. Yeah, what about you? Or was it for you just a matter of time?
For me it's like, I mean like having doubts or what is very normal, and then like at the start it's always very difficult. That's what I always tell myself lah. And then with support from people, then it's very different. Like I mean Deniece and I, we support each other every time, like even if there's any like conflict or anything. And then we have, like I said, we are blessed to have people to help us and to encourage and support us lor. So with that, I felt more encouraged lah. Yeah, at the start when it was difficult and very tiring, then of course I would feel like, oh no, how then like no money, like it's not gonna, what if like not enough money to cover this or cover that. I think that thought will definitely kind of like paralyze my thinking, you know, like make it like
I feel
very,
the same as well.
I feel anxious, that kind of thing.
Yes.
But then when we put in the work and
Yeah.
then we gain the trust of our clients, in a sense, right? And then we see that our work is not to waste in a sense. And then we see that we can sustain it.
Yeah, sustainable.
We
like
can
to
sustain
create I think we came from a culture where everything has to be fancy, big, and a lot of layers and like
Fast,
really complicated.
You say at the same time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it wasn't sustainable for both of us, I guess. After a while, we just gave up. I think a lot of people there also give up. Like, what's this? Okay.
Oh, like, okay,
Sure.
maybe because we always feel that whatever we do is never enough.
Yeah, whatever you do is not enough, and it doesn't get recognized.
Yeah. So what's the
yeah.
like? Then you make me think like, what's the point of it? I think we will always have the conversation of, okay, so when we make this decision or when we do this, right? What's the point? Like, do we want to add on to our workload? But then, does it bring in any kind of profit or anything? You know, like, does it actually benefit?
Yeah, firstly,
in the long run, or
correct. So I feel like, firstly, I think my reflection from that whole process is if you're in the arts industry, forget about making money. you are in a service industry, you know, like hotels close because of COVID, even though they are super established.
Yeah.
Because they are in the service line. In the service line, it is a rabbit hole to how much you can provide your customers. Imagine one complaint to a hotel, you get a room free. You know, I'm sure that that's a loss making like for the hotels, you know.
But it's very weird. Okay, I have to just like quickly share a side story.
Yeah, please.
Like recently I went for a staycation at Resorts World, right? You know, one thing, right, that I find it like super weird and interesting. I told you before, you cannot call them one. They have no contact number.
But it's only them lah. Other hotels have.
But you see, Resorts World itself got how many hotels?
Okay.
Hard Rock, Aquarius.
It's
I
a
don't
bit
know
hard
what
to
lah,
book.
a few lah. 5 hotels, I
Book
think.
the hotels, yeah.
Then right, like if there's any problems or you want to make any changes, right, you only can email them. And then like there's no contact number.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that one I was very shocked.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
this is not
I guess it's related to customer service, right?
It is. But I mean, okay, so are they prompt in it? This is not a review or anything. I just want to say lah, yeah. They take like some time to reply you.
Yeah.
A few hours.
Yeah.
And then like every time they reply, it's another person. And then
So it's hard to communicate.
Yeah, I mean they do follow up. Okay, it's just that like it's just very weird, very slow. And then also like sometimes their English wrong.
Yeah.
They spell their own hotel name wrong. But okay, anyway.
So the point is like customer service is very important lah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And if not, people will complain and then you will make a loss. So in the end, like it's just circling back to like you just have to provide good service. And if you're in the service line, it's difficult to provide excellent service and still want to make a profit, because you cannot expect the losses that will come out. For example, if you're not the main business owner and you start a business and then you let your staff do the business, you have to expect that there will be complaints, right? Unless your staff really does a good job lah. I mean, they have to be aligned. And I guess the bigger you scale, the bigger you grow. You think of a restaurant you walk into, the waiter don't serve you well, you want to complain already, right? And then you want to look for the manager, and then you want to look for the boss.
True.
And then still go back to the boss, you know?
True.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like every kind of business, like, or like service line, right? Let's say you Google lah. Google is your best friend now, right?
Yeah.
Like Google review, right? If majority of the reviews are good, I will still give them a chance to go try.
Okay.
Yeah, and not like judge just based on one star review, for example lah.
Yeah.
So I think it's still like, if your quality is still good most of the time, you know, you have that 1 or 2 times that not so good, then I think it's still okay lah overall. Yeah, correct. Yeah, lor.
Yeah. So for those of you who are actually trying to get your side hustle started, we have a few tips from this site called Op Loans.
Loans.
Loans. That was quite useful and very basic, very simple. Things that you can apply like almost immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think their first advice is really good, because I think we all struggled with it. Number 1, they say stop sweating the small stuff and just get started.
Yeah, it says that it's easy to feel overwhelmed and get lost in all the details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might feel like it's necessary to first set up a website. We went through that. Social media profiles, logo, document templates like contracts. Like now we're trying to do our shareholders agreement. So they say although these pieces are important, they shouldn't stand between you and your first client or making your first sale.
Right.
Yo, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so I actually can relate to that. I think for me it's like I used to be that kind, right? Let's say for example I'm gonna teach a class. I need to be very sure what I'm teaching, like very in detail, like in my own head at least, or like I write it down.
Yeah.
Or like the brief that the person give me, right, is not clear. I will keep asking questions until like I'm okay with it lah. Yeah. And then I'll really make sure that it's prepared. Then I can go into the class. But then over the years it changed lah. Because let's say if it's a 1 hour class and then you take 2 hours to prepare, it doesn't make sense, right? Like I've learned that along the way I can kind of adapt and change accordingly to the class. Maybe I've taught it before. I don't have to like go into too much details. And then on the spot, maybe the student or like the class, they have different kind of you know, like issues or not issues, like things that I need to work on. Then it's not like one template for everything, correct? So the inertia of starting like to do like the what's that, the website the social media stuff, right? It actually feels very daunting because like you are doing something from scratch, then every
Yes,
time you want it to be perfect. That's the mindset that I have okay. Then I have to look like a certain way, keep it to a certain blah blah blah, like the Instagram wall, that kind of thing, which it adds on to additional not unwanted, additional you don't have to have that kind of stress basically. Yeah, because like what the person say, what important is you take the steps to go there and you do it, and not keep thinking this one won't work, that one won't work, this one not perfect enough, or that one not nice, that kind of thing.
A website is a bottomless pit, so you will never be perfect. Even now we are still tweaking and changing our website, so just get it started. Use a template. Go for templates. Just use templates and get it started. If you want to just put your face and what you offer, I guess that will take you a day to do it, even you don't have tech background or you don't have creative design background, right? So I think don't sweat the small stuff is really important. I would say that for people who are like us, who will always be looking at details, right? It's good to reach out to your friends whom you see maybe their social media pages are quite well maintained, or they like to do things and they post quite often. Maybe just reach out to them, offer them $5 per design, I don't know, whatever you can afford, and just tell them about your vision and your passion and see if they want to help you. Because inside of us, all of us want to help other people.
Yes.
Even the most selfish of people, I think, if you reach down deep into their hearts,
they will want to them somewhere.
Yeah, they want to help other people. So put people together and start to do things step by step. Because I understand also some people really, really need their social media to go out first. Really, really need a website to go out first, Don't let that stop you from starting a business. I think we were at the stage where there were clients who want to learn from us. We were like, we're not ready yet. We haven't set up our website. We haven't set up our social media profile. We haven't done our logo. We don't even have a brand name. What do we do? And people are asking us, so where you're teaching? We were just we need to wait. And then so many nights in my bedroom, I'm just okay, no, you know what? Patience, just wait. Okay. But if you're not like us, if you have if you really want to start already, right, it's just start whatever it is. I would say also just find if it's a side hustle, experiment, because before you start something you need to know what you want to start, right? So you have to research or see whether you have a niche, whether you are looking at expansion, growing, what is your direction. It can change, but you have to set a direction first. For example, I was actually I was actually on a panel of interviewees panel. I was a part of a panel, and it was about entrepreneurship. So that was sitting last year, and then one of the Q&A sessions, this guy came up to me and asked me, say that he wants to create an app for singers. He just wanted to create events for people to join.
And then watch the performance, to watch the event.
Yeah, correct. And then he just wanted to organize events, and it will be in the app. And then it will be a real event, and then he want to put singers together or performers together, then have a signature place where there was all the performers want to go there to perform. When I gave him the feedback, I just felt okay, I was not trying to pour cold water on his idea, right? But I just wanted to let him know because he was kind of he was not in the scene musician wise. He was just I think a tech person, he likes music. So I just told him there are already a lot of venues Esplanade and all these places doing that in Singapore. So if he wants to create an app, maybe work with them instead of creating a new event, because they already have their structure. So maybe he can create an app to bring all these people together, something that is currently a need in the market. Because when you start a business, you need to provide something that people want, right? So you need to know if people want it first. So you need to test it out and do your research. So I think that process comes even before saying, okay, let's start something. Bounce your ideas off people who are in the industry and see if you can talk to people who can give you valuable feedback on that. Okay, point 2. So it says also have a long-term plan. Just because you started quickly with a side gig doesn't mean you need to skip any planning whatsoever. If you want to sustain your work over a long period of time, you need a blueprint, one that you can stick to. Yeah, so I feel like that was very important for myself when I started, when I wanted to come out and do business again, because I feel like the current place that I was at, they never operated in long-term plans. It's always short-term. So if you are planning like month to month, year to year, I think it's like too stressful. You don't even know where you are heading to. Is it just you want to make a lot of money? But then like if you want to make a lot of money, shouldn't you already have a long-term plan to make that money? Yeah. I feel like we as business owners, we need to keep innovating, to challenge ourselves, to think about is our long-term plan working? Like what do we need to improve in the long-term plan, and find the pathways to get there, and don't deviate from it. Because if you try to be someone else, this goes back to that time we talked about, if you're trying to be someone else, then or another business, you try to copy them, then you will always be how many steps behind them? A lot of steps. 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, infinity number of steps. Yeah.
Because if they already are doing this and you just saw it, means they're already planning for the next thing.
Correct. Yeah. So if we had tried to copy the studios that are already around, like doing their hip hop classes and all that, we would not have an advantage at all. We would just be trying to play catch up. Yeah, which is why we wanted to do media, because media is something that no one is doing at this point of time, and no one is like kind of making it their brand to do media. Yeah. So find that. Don't copy other people, and have your long-term plan. Your long-term plan should be slightly different from your competitors' long-term plan. Yeah. For example, if you see like Singtel and M1, they don't suddenly throw you a new plan to say like, Circles came up, right? So Circles does not try to be a Singtel or M1. They were selling data. Like they were hitting hard on the data point.
And cheap.
Yeah, and customers needed to then choose lah. Is data more valuable, or is like my 3 M1 free numbers more valuable? Because that is M1 selling point, 3 M1 numbers to get people to sell to M1. So all the it is like telecom is like the oligopoly market, which is like only a few big players, right? They also have things that differentiate themselves from each other. Yeah, so I think what more if you are swimming if you're a small fish trying to swim in a big pond, then you need to know what fish you are. Yeah.
You want to be the shark, or you want to be the, I don't know, clownfish?
Yeah. Alright, so that's a long-term plan. Alright, number 3. Do you want to do number 3?
Okay, do your research to make sure no hustles you. If you're looking for a side gig that involves working for someone else, there's always the chances that you are going to get rolled. So take precautions. So if you find this person finds the side gigs on Craigslist, you can definitely cross a lot of sketchy offerings, but once you find the legit companies, you can sign up for their mailing list, where you'll be able to get the first to hear about money-making opportunities. So in Singapore, probably, I don't know, Fiverr, or...
Yeah, I think Fiverr is a good thing. So if you want to test out your product brand or something, go on to Fiverr, sign up for an account, list your product there. There are Singaporeans who are putting themselves out there in Fiverr, or even social media. Carousel, yeah. Yeah, and then look for opportunities there where it's maybe less risk, or maybe people are looking for things that you can provide. Yeah, and then check out your competition so that you know that you are giving something unique.
And also this person just telling you, say that definitely steer clear of any gigs that promise free cash, okay? So be careful and be smart about it lah. Yeah, because there's a lot of scams around nowadays also. Yeah, so just be careful.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to jump right to the last point. So Brian Clayton is the CEO of GreenPal. Actually, I haven't researched what's GreenPal. We should do a Google search on what GreenPal is. But basically, he's the CEO lah. Okay, so he's someone quite respectable, I hope. Okay, I don't know. Actually, I don't know what's the definition of CEO. Please educate us.
It's very cool. GreenPal, right, is like connecting you with the perfect lawn pro. So it's like a local lawn care service.
Lawn care, it's like hair care.
Local lawn care service, complete for your yard mowing. Get competitive lawn prices with no hassle. Book next day lawn care without calling around. So funny.
So this is like waxing for the grass lah.
Okay, I don't know how it works. Somebody come and tell us. Is it in the US? If you are lazy to lawn your mow, what's the call? Lazy to mow your lawn, then you will call somebody to help you, is it? So this is the service law.
I really love all our episodes. There's a euphemism somewhere. Do you want us to mow your lawn? We'll go to you for the perfect lawn
mow
care.
Your lawn. Do you want us to mow your lawn?
Jay is trying to say that with a straight face. We'll divert to something like that.
Okay, sorry, continue.
But that's great. It's awesome. Okay. He says this. One of my favorite quotes by Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is from Shark Tank. I mean, he's a really great entrepreneur. Some people like him, some people don't, whatever. Okay, and he says, the less your expenses, the greater your options. So often when I mentor fellow entrepreneurs who want to quit their full-time job to go all in into a side hustle and their business idea, they have a car payment, live in an apartment or house beyond what's needed, have credit card debt and wear nice clothes. Nothing wrong with that, okay? So listen on. The reality is, if you're going to turn your side hustle into your dream business, you're going to have to be able to live on less than $500 a week when you're starting out. This may mean bringing on a couple of roommates, renting a spare bedroom at Airbnb as many nights as you can, selling extra clothes on eBay, and many, many, many more personal finance hacks. And Brian Clayton says, I did all these things while starting my business, and most of the time you can tell pretty early on when talking with somebody if they are going to make it or not by way of the sacrifices they make in their personal finances to get their business going. This grit, so to speak, not only relates to your personal financial viability, the same mindset spills over into the tenacity with respect to growing your side hustle into making a real profitable business.
Cool.
Yeah. So a lot of people are not willing to live on less. They still want to live on more when they start like something like they want to start a business. I remember when we first started out, like there were talks of like, okay, we need to sell a car or something like that. Yeah, basically we dwindled down to the last like $15 or $20 in our bank account. That's for me lah. I don't know whether the other person also can say the same.
Last time.
Yeah, because I cannot trust what he said. But anyway, so my point is, yeah, for me it was very tough, and it was. I don't know why I made the decision. We just threw like $70,000 into starting like a new like studio, right?
Oh my god.
And I think it was I think it would have been great if, and it will still be sustainable now if the direction is still good. Like, you know, we are all like part of the same direction. But it was just like, hey, you know, let's just try this. And because it seems better, seems more sustainable. So all the conflicts along the way, right, were not planned, were not predicted, and were not like expected. Like there was never a meeting
Not resolved?
no, it's more of like the business obstacles. Yeah.
Right.
So not like personal conflict, but business obstacles. Very hard to resolve when you have an obstacle, right? You want to make a decision like now. Right? It takes like experience or having a mentor to sit there to like say, hey, you know, for the first 6 months, like, okay, when I met the boss of this company, she was telling me, right, when people want to start something, make sure they have 7 months of rainy day cash first, in the business first, or in your personal account, because that is the amount of time that you need to start gaining traction. After 7 months, she said last time 3 months. Now, her advice to business owners is 7 months. So that time, like, we just threw money for what? I also don't know. I don't know why I throw so much money away. Actually, I can still have that money on it. I've saved so long already. So now I feel like when anyone wants to start a business, right, it's good to know that it is going to cost you your own personal finance, which is why also I think it's difficult for parents, mums, to want to go into business, right? Unless they are just wanting to do it for fun lah. Yeah. Living on less is like the key to turning your side hustle into a real profitable business, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because like if you actually choose to spend the money on maybe extra things that you actually don't really need, then the time or money is not spent on the business, then if the business won't grow, then it will definitely just like right?
Okay, so that reminds me, I have 2 things that I actually cut back on when I first left my company. I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna like sustain myself, right? And then my insurance policies and everything. The first thing is I scaled back on coffee. Like from Starbucks, I went to Yakult. Okay, so now like although I need my coffee, Starbucks to Yakult,
like
I really save. I really save a lot of money. Okay, and then I try to take bus instead of take Grab. But of course, I'm a bit COVID phobe lah now. Yeah, but if I could, I would take bus because I mean, if there's a straight bus back to my house, why would I want to take Grab and spend like 3 times? No, more than 3 times the money. It's like 10 20 times the money.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So transport and coffee. Okay, and I also make my own Nescafe at home, so that one's free. I mean, technically you buy one whole packet lah, then you just yeah, it's like really like a percentage, such a small fraction of the money you would spend if you go out to drink coffee.
Yeah, but actually if you think about it, transport is a lot.
Transport,
if you take Grab every day, it's about $10 to $20.
More than that, it's $30 to
I
my
mean,
place.
for her,
yeah,
like, cause she
I'm
live
further away. Yeah,
but it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like I got no choice. I got equipment have to take. But if I don't, I would be taking train or bus lah.
Yeah.
That's the best way lah.
Yeah. So I think look at your big expenses, your big ticket expenses. Oh yes. Yes, I remember. Okay, here goes. I stopped buying clothes and I subscribed to Style Theory. That really helped me to save a lot of money, because usually when I buy clothes, right, it's like a few $100s each time, and then I would wear it like once and then I
don't wear anymore.
Yeah. So now when I subscribe to Style Theory, right, although it's a recurring about $50 a month, but I calculated $50 a month times 12, $600 a year is still lesser than what I would spend on clothes. Maybe even if I had bought like one time a year or twice a year. Yeah, and then for Style Theory, you can save the environment. You just return it back to them, and then you can change clothes every month. So that's like 3 sets of clothes from my plans, 3 sets of clothes every month. So that's like 36 new clothes to wear and take photos per year. Yeah.
Yes.
So I calculated that way in terms of like the savings lah. So yeah, and it's more predictable also in terms of the expenditure. I'm talking very fast because I think like
Style Theory,
saving money
sponsor us.
is something that I'm very passionate about. Yeah. Hope you heard Style Theory sponsor us.
Yes.
Yes. So that is some of the tips that I have. The challenge, of course, is I cannot find sports clothes on Style Theory. So those I will still need to buy. But I think like when we do podcast recordings or when we have shows and all that, it has helped me a lot in getting my wardrobe up and giving me the variations that I need for being on camera. So that's all the tips that we have for you today.
Yes.
If you want to turn your side hustle into a business, there's a lot more that we can talk about, but hopefully whatever you hear today, you can use it and apply it like that.
And we hope that you succeed in your side hustle.
Yeah, share with us your side hustles or share this episode with someone whom you feel would benefit from the tips that we have just shared.
Yeah, let us know what are you doing for your side hustles too. Yeah.
All right, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hi.
Thank you for watching our episode on side hustles into a real business. Also check out our other episodes. Like last week's one that we talked about new experiences.
Yeah.
Where Jade was flying from a giant swing.
Woo, and Deniece's
kampong
experience. Yeah.
Okay, let us know if you like it. Do like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who you think will benefit from this episode. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.